Sooner or later, all earthly journeys come to an end. From early centuries, churches have been surrounded by tombs of the faithful departed. Such monuments have plenty to tell us about belief in life after death. Here in St Michael's, we glimpse a vivid picture of medieval ideas about death and the afterlife in what is called the Doom painting. Behind me are three 19th and 20th century images of a 15th century original of the Day of Judgment. Sadly, all that survives of the original is a lozenge of wooden panels known as a tympanum. It hangs on the south wall of St Michael's nave. However, when it was first made, the tympanum formed the bottom section of a massive work of art that filled the space above the chancel arch. It would have been the most prominent painting in the medieval church, facing worshippers gathered in the nave below. The impact of the doom was enhanced by three-dimensional aspects. The stripe running up the middle of the tympanum marks where a life-size crucifix known as the rood would have stood proud of the painting. The doom thus reminded viewers that the saving death of Jesus is front and centre. Below the painting would have been a narrow walkway. This was called the rood loft. The rood loft was a gallery used by singers to lead the congregation in worship. As in many churches, the only sign that St Michael's once had a rood loft is a blocked-up doorway. Through this doorway, a spiral staircase would have led up to the loft itself suspended across the front of the nave at the foot of the Doom painting. St Michael's Doom was rediscovered underneath limewash in the early 19th century. At that time, a sketch was made of the whole scene, but alas, the paintwork on the medieval plaster was subsequently lost. That's why the only thing which survives is the wooden tympanum. However, through the extant 19th century sketch, we have an idea of the dramatic commentary on the afterlife conveyed by the original 15th century painting. In an age when most parishioners would have been illiterate, the doom spelt out Christian hope for the afterlife. Across the foreground, saints, rich and poor, are rising from their tombs. In a style redolent of the decades after the Black Death, each is valued as an individual, each depicted with a distinct face and posture. Jesus is seated in judgment, a complex image of swords and rainbows taken from biblical metaphor. On the left, the redeemed are welcomed into the heavenly city by St Peter, Jesus' leading follower, to whom he gave the keys of heaven. But not all are so fortunate. On the right-hand side, we see a warning against wrongdoing as demons drag the condemned sinners through the jaws of hell and into eternal flames beyond. At the time of composition, pictures like this were at the forefront of visual technology. Only in churches would the populace have had access to such illustrative representation. Modern critics struggle with ideas of demons and judgment and hell. However, the Doom painting actually offered a fundamentally positive vision to encourage worshippers in their Christian discipleship. Note how the dead all look in hope towards Jesus as they step from their tombs. And spot how the angels at the top pursue their work as God's agents, beating evil away from the redeemed. And look at the front of the angelic host. Surely this leading warrior is St Michael, captain of the heavenly armies. Many churches in the Middle Ages had paintings of the Day of Judgment like St Michael's Doom. And often they were given a similarly prominent position at the front of the nave. They played a vital role in motivating people to holiness on earth by offering the hope of eternity in heaven. A few survive, but many were swept away, or, as here in St Michael's, covered up at the Reformation. Another episode in this series examines that violent culture shift away from images like the Doom to focus instead on God's Word in the Bible and in preaching.